let's go into Meyer Feig. It's a video that says today in Montreal, Jewish father with three kids beaten in an unprovoked attack by a disturbed person. And he lays the blame at Mayor Valerie Plante, who was busy marching in the Pride Parade
Yep.
instead of paying attention to the horrors of her city. So while you guys watch that, I'm going to do my best to reboot everything and I'll be right back. Thank you.
That's why.
Yeah, folks, that was absolutely despicable. And I know the cynics out there are probably saying, well, what happened before the camera started filming? I don't think it's very likely that a father with young children is wearing trouble on his shirt when he's walking in public. I truly believe that was a completely unprovoked attack on an individual simply because he was visibly Jewish. Also, what is notable at the very end, it's coming up soon, you'll see the thug grab his kippah and toss it. I think it's going to happen any second now. Let's take a look at this. He's picking up, I don't know what. I don't know if that's a robbery in progress or it's his own belongings. And there, tossing it. Can you imagine if that was an identifiable Muslim that was beaten like that for simply being a Muslim? Can you imagine if somebody desecrated a hijab, a burqa, or what have you? Well, we don't have to imagine. We remember back in Toronto, the so-called hijab hoax, where a girl completely manufactured an attack. It ostensibly occurred, due to her words, from an Asian man. We personally think the parents were involved in putting her up to this, and she blew the identifier. She probably meant to say, or was told to say, Caucasian, but that's neither here nor there. And what happened? There was a press conference called within hours. You had the Prime Minister fly in from Ottawa. You had Mayor John Tory race out. I believe the Premier at the time was also there. The Toronto District School Board conducted this big press conference about an 11-year-old who was maliciously attacked. It was the hate crime. It was Toronto's day of infamy, except that it wasn't. The story didn't add up. The police investigated. They said there was no such Asian man with a pair of scissors slicing it. And in the aftermath, the loony left said this. Instead of apologizing, instead of saying, well, next time we better be more careful. Next time we better vet the victim a little more thoroughly, given that there wasn't even any camera evidence. What they said is, oh no, the fact that this was a fake is beside the point. You see, it could have happened. There could have been somebody who was Islamophobic. There could have been some man with a pair of scissors that wanted to slice and dice a hijab. I'm not making this up. But here, where do you see the mainstream media outrage? Where do you see Mayor Plante staging a press conference saying hatred has no home here? And I believe in that X posting when it said, you know what, Mayor Plante, this is on you and your minions in the Montreal Police Service that have turned a blind eye to Jew hatred for almost 2 years now, that it is normalized that in broad daylight, a father with young children is going to be beaten. And these guys weren't even wearing disguises. Sheila, is this really where we are right now in Canada? I mean, what's the next step? Somebody actually gets killed for displaying their Jewishness in an open area?
What do you mean? We've had school, and the best we can get from our elected officials, our government, is a ditto, a thumbs up, and a slogan, like a Democrat slogan, hate has no home here.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have.
Oh, Sheila, we've lost you. You're
Bringing them into
frozen.
the, oh, of course.
I'm going
When
to
I was
guess what
making
you
an
said.
excellent point.
They say hate has no home here. Instead, they actually hate has the presidential suite at the
Oh,
municipal hotel.
hate has no home here unless we're sure that they vote liberal. And then get on in here, you big lugs by the planeful from
Yep.
Gaza, right?
Yep. Unbelievable. So, another benchmark, I think, in terms of where we are, in terms of who is unacceptable to hate, and, well, who is applauded for the hatred. I hope they catch this guy. But given the courts, when it comes to anti Semitism, I wouldn't be surprised if at best he gets a couple of weeks under house arrest, which is really a typical Monday in most people's lives for those who work at home anyways. And Sheila, because
Yeah,
we have a
just
lot
don't honk your horn. Just don't honk your horn in the nation's capital. Then they'll throw the book at you and treat you like an actual terrorist.
Oh, of
I see.
course. Well, Yara Sachs, that loser who until recently was still pretending to be the MP for York Centre in Toronto. Remember, honk honk is an acronym, her words. This is how stupid she is. She doesn't even know what an acronym is for Heil Hitler. Okay?
Oh.
So, yeah. So thank God that thug wasn't in a vehicle honking his horn. That's the real crime.
Well, and then there's Gary Ananda Sangari, our politically and terroristically contaminated public safety minister who had to recuse himself from terrorism files, yet he's the minister in charge of terrorism files. That useless individual tweets this. This appalling act of violence has no place in Canada. My thoughts are with the victim and his loved ones. Hate has no home here. And all I said was, I hope you find the guy in charge of public safety and really give him a piece of your mind, Gary.
You can't make
These are
this
the
up,
people in
Sheila.
charge of us. These are the people in charge. Like, you think a slogan, hate has no home here, has any value? You are importing people by the thousands where hate is quite literally their home. It's in their schools, it's in their home. The support of terrorism in these places has gone up post October 7th. That should tell you something. And yet, Canada's like, get in here and also bring your extended family. Yeah. And what do we think is going to happen to Canadian society post that?
And yet we have institutions like the Toronto District School Board, which, by the way, is one of 4 school boards now taken over by the province. They're so incompetent and ideologically motivated, that says anti-Semitism, that's not a big deal, even though you have Jewish students being bullied and beaten. The real clear and present danger is anti-Palestinian racism. And I can tell you, Sheila, a source I have, Michael Tepper, was able to successfully get an FOI from the TDSB. Guess how many examples in the last 2 years there has been of anti-Palestinian racism? Well, it rhymes with hero. Yes, right. 0, not 1. But that is what the TDSB, now operated by the province, is concerned about. Anyway, since we have so many...
Yeah, wait, before we move on, and then there was the anti-Semitism envoy who just quit because nobody took anti-Semitism seriously. And I was like, you didn't take it seriously. There's like no records of her meeting with police forces. And it's like, who do you think is going to enforce the hate crime legislation? If not for police forces, and I'm not talking about like somebody hurt my feelings hate crime, but like beating up a Jew because he's a Jew, that feels like a hate crime to me. And she resigned because she's like, nobody's taking it seriously. I'm like, neither did you. You just took your salary, but you didn't take it seriously either. This is the state of affairs in Canada, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, and what a salary.